Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the new LEGO sets that have just been added to the LEGO website. So we're going to start off with the Endurance. Now, I don't know too much about the history of different boats, but even I know the importance of this one. So this thing looks absolutely beautiful. It is coming on the 29th of November 2024, so you haven't got too long to wait. Price point of $229.99. It is going to be item number 10335, and you will get in return 1,840 points, and of course 3,011 pieces. So like I said, there's quite a few different new sets that have just been added today. Doesn't look like there's any giveaway purchase or anything with this, but I have yet to click on any of the photos. So if it's anything like the Titanic with regards to how detailed it is on certain sections, it'll be very, very interesting to see exactly what this one is like. So that's just the same photo with the box artwork. That is the box artwork in question. So that is what that looks like just there. So you'll be looking at that on the shelf. Got quite a nice little logo just behind the Endurance actual symbol. And you can see you've got the Lego icons in white just underneath. Now, before we take into all the photos, there is actually a little bit just underneath on the Lego website, which I think they have done very, very nicely. So if you are wondering what I am going on about, this is it. So it says History Service. In 2022, 100 years after Sir Ernest Shackleton passed away in the wreckage of his most legendary ship, the Endurance, it was rediscovered on the seafloor of the coast of the Antarctica. Although the ship remains where it was found, the story of the doomed voyage of how the crew survived was elevated Shackleton's journey to one of the most amazing stories of human resilience ever. Now, there really is a lot of history to with this ship. I can see this one selling very, very well because you could just do that. You could just have it in the snow if you wanted to, or stuck in the ice like it did, or of course you can have it on the stand, whatever it is that you wanted to do. So this one does look like you can do a bit of both. I would imagine you'd have to get very, very creative if you were to put it around different bits and pieces, but I can already see on there, I really do like the look of the lifeboat, and it does look like there's quite a lot of detail on this, so it'll be interesting to see, but they've also added all of the original history of everything, so you can see exactly what it was, but they all no Man Left Behind. So it was from 5 of the set off the South George, 800 miles away, leading to the rescue and return to England of the entire crew. So nobody was left behind. Everybody survived. It is an amazing, amazing story. So it's all there on the LEGO website if you want to read it. And if you are a fan of these little bits and pieces, well, this might well be a set for you. But you can see, I think they have put it with they put it with the lighthouse. So with regards to scale, it's supposed to be a huge, huge sort of UCS type of scale of ship. Doesn't look too bad next to that lighthouse, to be honest. It looks all right. Obviously, slightly farther away. Obviously, one's up and one's down, but I reckon some people could make quite a nice display out of this one, rather than like they did with the Titanic, because that thing was just so big. This one looks like it's just the right size that you might be able to get away with it. What I would do with it personally, not 100% sure just yet, but we will see what the future holds. But this is everything that is on the top deck. So you can see you've got everything going across the back. Looks like you've got little bits and pieces just in there, and you've got a bit that opens up just here as well. You've got the 4 lifeboats. You've got these really nice elements for the sails as well, so they look pretty cool. And then you've got the flag and everything on the back. You've got more big sails on the middle as well. So there is quite a lot going on with this one. Moving on to the next photo. The little steam engine that was on the inside, so you build up that, and then you've got all the rope. I'm assuming the sails might move then. I'm assuming you're going to be able to do something with that. That's not the right place for the anchor, and obviously it's far too long with regards to the amount of string. And we all know that is going to be an absolute pain in the backside when that starts to go over on itself, but be an interesting design at the same time. And Smudge is now fallen fast asleep. I can hear her snoring. Sorry, him. What am I on about? Hear him snoring in my ear. That is what it looks like in hand. So you have got the anchor at the front. So that is just clipped in by the chain just on there. You can see how they've used all of the tiles and everything over the studs on the front, which does look nice. You've got the Endurance plaque and plinth. That looks nice as well. And obviously, I'm really hoping that it just sits on the stand. It's not actually attached by a Technic pin, so it does allow people to do whatever it is they want to do with regards to making some dioramas up with this, which I can see people getting very, very creative with this as well. So I think I prefer this to the Titanic, to be honest. The Titanic looked fantastic. I love the fact that you could split it all up and you had all the engine details and everything on the inside, but it was absolutely monstrous. This is just a little bit smaller with regards to the scale, and I think for a boat, it works very, very well. It's obviously a little bit longer than the Ninjago boat, but the sails might just be a little bit taller as well. But that is a very, very good scale ship, that one. So it's going to be bigger than the pirate ship from the Barracuda Bay as well, I would imagine. But I'm sure people could get very, very creative in this. So you can see what it was in total. So it's 44 meters in length. It was 4.6 meters for the beam. You can see all the little bits and pieces. So it was coal fired and steam and sail. So that was actually a coal fire, not the actual engine. Me being an absolute moron because it wasn't propel driven. It was propeller driven, but it was driven by coal and steam, not by diesel. And it has the top speed of 11.7, or which is 18.9 kilometers an hour. Now, you guys and girls can do the research in that to make sure that is right, because sometimes Lego slip up on that and they get one thing wrong out of everything. But it does look nice. It does look like you can actually get minifigures on here. It kind of looks like it's a minifigure scale because you've got all of the bits and pieces up at the top, a bit like what they've just done with Jabba's sail barge. So it's big enough for the deck to actually put all of the minifigures and everything on there. So what else have we got in here? So we've got some little hidey rooms. Assuming that's your map, your binoculars, and some other little bits and pieces there. That look, it's either going to be a sink or a toilet. They've got a habit of putting those kind of things in. But don't forget, this was an exploration ship. Another look at the lifeboat, and that's what it looks like on the side. You can see that they put it in a perfect space. Now, looking at it like that, that now does look quite long because obviously you've got the overhang of the front with this bit. Potentially, though, that would fold back up on itself, and then you've got the rudder at the back, and there's the propeller. So it has the propeller on there, nice gold propeller. So yes, if you are a fan of this, or you just want it for the history, well, it is out and about on the 29th of November. So they do detach. So the lifeboats, you can have a different scene with that. So that's some play features if you want it for that kind of thing. I think it also looks very, very good on display as well. So that is what we're after. So it's 31.5 inches in length, or 80 centimeters in length, and it is 18.5 inches in height. So it is long, 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 long. So it's going to just over 3 base plates long. Yes, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what people do with that one. It's obviously shorter, still shorter than the Titanic, but no, it's a very, very good size indeed. But this isn't the only thing that's been added to the Lego website. Now, the gates are still available. That ends in another couple of days' time with regards to all those little bits and pieces. The giveaway for the X-Men has gone, and the book library thing has gone. So the entrance gates are the only thing that is available still, but that is also only available for the one set. But we go back to the main menu, and then we'll go to new. Obviously, the X-Men Mansion is out now as well. If we go to newest, we have got all of the Chinese New Year and Monkey Kid bits and pieces that I do believe was shown at the expo for the in China yesterday. So all of these I've already seen. I've had a quick look at all of them. So obviously every year they give us different bits and pieces. So don't forget that the 2 or 3 that were available for the start of 2024 are on the discontinued list, and that's something they do every single year. So you got the Fun Island, which is up to you if you want to be checking that one out. You've got this Lucky Cat. So this is $24.99, coming again 1st January. Item number 40813, 280 pieces. And of course, they have all of these beautiful box artworks on there. So that's the Spring Festival, and it's maybe is it the Year of the Cat? Must be. They're doing a cat, because it was the dragon last year, wasn't it? So what is this? What is that? Trotting lantern. That looks pretty cool, to be honest. So you've got all those amazing windows. What is this based on now? Because obviously My history for this kind of stuff is useless. It looks like it's a ride, but it's not. You've got some technical elements on the inside, which you've got all the stickers and everything on there. You've got the lanterns itself. And then you've got this really interesting walk around where... Is it just a lantern? Is it just a tourist attraction? And people are just walking around and it's just up on something? So shine a light on your family's year of the snake. Huh, embarrassing. I said the cat. Year of the snake, apparently. With this colourful Lego Spring Festival Trotting Lanterns building set. So a choice of two alternative silhouette windows are included to create different lighting effects. The lantern is also designed to be inspiring, pretend to play, toy, imagine kids. On top of the lantern is removable for easy access to the top tier, also removable, which folds out to reveal 3 festive scenes featuring a buildable food stall, decorative stand, a shadow theatre, and it's also set. The set also includes 5 minifigures, 2 adults, 2 children, and a character in the Year of the Snake costume. Why are they giving us a cat then? If it's a Year of the Snake, not gonna recover from that one. Right, what? We're gonna have to play Spot the Difference then. We're gonna have to play Spot the Difference. So you have this down at the bottom. I'm assuming that's what changes down there. That's the silhouette, because you've obviously got this cool little feature just underneath. So that's a nice little thing. As we're moving on, that's just the box artwork. Moving on to the next thing. So it does close up. So it does completely shut. It might have a little light brick on the inside of it as well. I don't think I'm a fan of these photoshopped images, to be honest. I think I much prefer somebody to take actual photos of the image, because I'm struggling to get, well, we all are, struggling to get a concept of the true colours, because the X-Men Mansion on the website looked really dark and in person looks fantastic, but this looks really, really bright. But I can't imagine the red being that vibrant. It does have something up at the top. Looks like something that you can twist. That looks like it runs all the way down. So I'm assuming this bit at the bottom must go around, and that's the thing that you must change. This could quite work in my little Ninjago display, potentially. Oh yes, that is it. Okay. Figured it out now. So that's what it was going about, how you take it all apart, put those different bits in on there, and obviously it must spin round and do different bits and pieces. It's going to be a very interesting build, and yeah, it just sits on a light brick. Looks like you push it down, twists round, and then you've got all of those minifigures. That's the snake, obviously. Then you've got the snake again with the golden scissors. Some really nice print on her top. Don't think I've seen that element before for the food. That's a nice little touch with regards to the game. He had a black one of those, and now she's got a gold. So you might get 2, you might just get the 1, and they've just got the wrong colour on there. But it does look pretty wide as well at the top. So obviously that looks like it's just on the hinges, just on these bits just here. And then obviously you can just shut the doors and do whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, if you're a fan of the new year, because I know these do sell out very, very well. Obviously they just do it year on year on year. They did used to be, I do believe, a Legoland exclusive to at one point. They never did them on here. This was actually the regional thing that we never got for years, and then it was at the Legoland parks, and now they're not doing regional sets anymore. But yet they still do exclusives on the Lego at America for some reason, but we don't get it over here. Not fun. Now we've got something called Good Fortune, and then we have got a wave of Monkey Kid bits and pieces to have a look at. And obviously with the Monkey Kid stuff, great prices, high brick count, and then we have got some little Duplo sets as well, and then that takes us into the stuff that we've already seen, which is Cap and the Red Hulk figures, and then we have got this sort of throw, which has just appeared out of nowhere, which is now available to buy for $15.99. Everything else we have already covered, I do believe. And I have noticed, and I massively appreciate, they have put the coming soon, the newest stuff at the top. So it looks like it's all in order of how they've done bits and pieces. The X-Men Mansion is now on back order. Well, how about 13th of November. You're going to have to wait for that, or you might have to head into store and see if they've still got it. That was definitely a very, very strong seller because that giveaway did go quite quickly. All right, Good Fortune. So this looks like a very, very interesting build. Again, it's all going to be coming on the 1st of January. This is what this thing looks like. If you want it, then obviously definitely pick it up because some people get it for the elements, some people just get it for a really nice thing that you can just easily display. It does have the build together symbol on the front, which makes a change now. So you can have up to 3 people building this at the same time. So it looks like you're going to be getting 3 individual booklets. They're very, very sweet just at the top. So you've got all these really nice colours with all the floral. And you've got the little birds and everything. So it's a very, very pretty fan. This is the kind of thing that you see at the Lego house. I go on about that all the time. Plenty of videos on the channel. I will be going back soon because it's all been updated since I last went with regards to the stuff that is actually in the cabinets and on display. But yes, it is a very, very pretty thing. So it does look like you've got a Lego buildable pen, and then you've got, I can't remember what those things are called. Then oh, you can just change the fan. There we go. So you've got different bits and pieces on there, so you can design it 2 different ways. So that fan itself is 8 inches tall, 11 inches in diameter, and then you've got all the other individual builds as well. So it looks like you've got 1, 2, that'd be say 1 build, so 1 build, 2 build, 3, 4. So that's a very, very interesting way of doing those bits and pieces. But again, getting back to the basics, it's £69.99, item number 80117, 560 points, 1,021 pieces. So that is all of the Chinese New Year stuff and covered. And then we'll just click on these 2. So these are, well, the big sets. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be doing for the Monkey Kid this year. So a lot of the sets are retiring, but you always get really nice little stands like this. So you've got the little pig, you've got the Mohican cat, and then you've got all of these little bits and pieces that you're going to be cooking with. And then you have a mythical creature. So if you want to add this one to your collection, it is £54.99. Item number 80066, 440 points, 791 pieces. And again, it is a good looking set. The box artwork is always very, very eye catching on the shelf. Now, in the UK, and again with a lot of other stores, they don't always have the Monkey Kid stuff on the shelf, but they will have it out the back. So just ask if your store does stock them, because they did that with the Chinese New Year stuff as well. So the big stores, like the one in London, for example, and the Legoland parks, where they've got the space, they'll have everything. But if your store doesn't have the Monkey Kid, just ask them if they have anything at the back relating to it, because they always have a list of bits and pieces they do have. They just don't have the space, and Ninjago is always there because it is just such a hard, big sell. So really nice looking. Let's have a look at these minifigures. You got, well, you got somebody with a barbell. You got a green sword. Look at the prints on all of these. These are brilliant. So you've got really, really nice, bright, vibrant everything. You've got a winky face on that one with a little bit of a chipped tooth. You've got some nice teal. This character's just here, looks fantastic. You've got a different pig with his pork belly out. And then you've got these 2 characters as well. And you've got an angry-looking Mohican cat. So you can't go wrong with the bits and pieces out on selection. And again, it's a very, very popular series. It's just a show that I've never, ever seen. But again, the box artwork on the back does look very, very good indeed. Now, the last thing before we move on, I say move on, end the video, is going to be this one. So it looks like it's another mech. So this is coming in at £69.99. Item number 80065, 560 points, 806 pieces. Again, it comes with a good selection of minifigures. I think you get the monkey. Well, you obviously get the Monkey Kid in all of them. I thought about to say the Monkey King, but that is a different character. So one different face print. You've got the red, cool looking top on that one, and then it looks like you'll get both because it's the same sort of characters in them. So I wonder if there's going to be more coming out in this wave over the period of 2025, or especially they're going to be releasing a few more sets in January, because don't forget, it's now going to be absolutely chaos from the halfway mark of November all the way to the start of January. We are going to be bombarded with all of the new Lego City stuff. For example, all the Formula One stuff will be coming out sooner rather than later as well, with regards to images and things like that. That's a whole new line for people to collect as well. So there's lots and lots of different bits and pieces going on. On the website currently, there is nothing regarding the Black Friday deals as of yet, but they have started absolutely everywhere in the UK. So if you get yourself onto all of the main retailers, like Smiths has a very, very good offer on at the moment. John Lewis, the Disney store, also has fantastic offers. You're saving £200+ on the UCS Star Wars stuff. So there's lots and lots of bits and pieces to have a look at. But for us and what we wanted to achieve for this upload, I think we are done. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and finish the next one. Ta-da.